Westside Gunn and Griselda got Underground Rap in a chokehold. Like, the game's in the Cobra Clutch right now. I think this is like the 15th or 16th release from a Griselda artist this year. Then every artist who's dropped itself for Gunn and Armani Caesar got a project in my top 25 for the year so far. In this series, he has been one of my favorite in hip hop. Even though this nigga skipped 9, and even though Kanye West blowing up the spot, you can't even pull the full title on Spotify. I'm putting a name in the YouTube description. We know what it is. I'm gonna get canceled, but it's gonna be for y'all. Let's get to it.
You are in a very special space and time.
The sample is crazy. Bro, there's no way A.A. Rashid about to talk for 3.5 minutes.
Not to be overtly ostentatious or express large abundance of sophistry.
Bro, they got A.A. Rashid hooked on phonics, dog. Where this vocab came from?
This is an opportunity of a lifetime.
3.5 minutes of A.A. Rashid saying absolutely nothing. A lot of big words though. He said Griselda for the children. Get this to kids doing the little SAT prep. He got the SAT vocabulary words in there. The beat was sick. The vocal sample insane, and the little horns. That was just a soulful sample. Let's get into FlyGod Jr.
Welcome to Hitler Wears Hermes 10.
Drama getting canceled with me.
Where you was at when I was selling those eights? Tesla 2-seater, just me.
Westside Gunn is not supposed to be rapping on this high. How old is FlyGod Jr?
Fiend said he coming right back. I said,
no, this beat is trash, dog. Dog. This beat is trash. I don't know why I thought this nigga's finna come out there with heat. Is this like an 8-year-old? They trolling me, dog.
Central Park out on Leroy in the Bentley. Rest in peace, Dick.
Nah, this flow kinda sick,
my
though.
left titty. Rest in peace, March on the king of my city.
I don't like repeating myself, it's only one time I'ma tell you. One thing for sure, them blocks won't fail you. I keep my gun just like Griselda. I got richer than my teachers, but they said I'd be a failure.
Oh no.
Make niggas mamas cry, guess I do not respect my elders.
That song show you why you would rather have nepotism than skill. That beat was trash. I don't care if FlyGod Jr. is 2 or 22. That beat was trash. That song was trash. Look, they messed up. They messed up because I was so confused. They would have cut that song to like a minute 15, minute 30 seconds. It would have hit me and been in and out so quick. I would have been like, yo, what was that? I would have been confused. I might have been confused and thinking like, he might have been on or something. Westside Gunn's flow was cool. It was kind of funny hearing him get into that bag. If the song was a joke, it would be a good song. I don't know if it was a joke. Dope Boy is trash. This is Super Kick Party. Vocal sample is fire.
You lack still the Glock of the Mac wheel. For in the morning slippers making a crack deal. Judge wanna see me up the hill like Jack Jill.
I like that line. Man, he's only had 2 rhyme schemes so far. They've been 2-syllable rhyme schemes, but the flow, the cadence that he got matched with how long he's taking each rhyme scheme. Make it come off his fire. He's had some slick lines in there too, especially the Juilliard line and then the Jack and Jill line.
Start the lineup, got 5 shooting guards. You fuck niggas, smoothly on price down bikers. Poochie overalls look like scars on a lifer. Break dancing in the mess hall, put the knife up. Where C.O. Kennedy at? I might wife her, hold hands on the rec yard. I'll be home soon.
Best prison bars in the game.
9/11 off the shoulder. Sounded like Chucky up a dippity doo die. Your brains on the pavement. In the shoebox, the Ronnie fake A6.
Bro, I be telling y'all, outside of Peace, FlyGod, Westside Gunn has gotten better and better, technically speaking. He just had a 4-syllable as an internal rhyme with the zippity doo dah line, the 9 in the shoebox. That was in the internal. That was before he got to the end of the line. That was a 4-syllable, and then he had a 3-syllable at the end of the bar. That stuff like Benny and Conway be doing.
Red bone bitch, pussy fat, look like Lotto. Scores and I'm a queen, button up, I look like Pablo. West Lane, Michael Mary, 34 Flacos. I don't know who did the shit, so I shot both.
That's tough. Nah, that song is sick. That's track 1 in my opinion. The beat was tough. I love the drums. It was that one basic note. I think it was keys, but it was so distorted, or I guess reverb, that I couldn't tell exactly what it was, but I think it was a piano note, and then the vocal sample. Ugh, tough. So far, even including his features, which he's had a couple of really good features, that's his best verse of the year so far. The rhyme schemes were sick. Almost every single line. He didn't have necessarily like similes or metaphors, but the brass would be so slick. Every line had that punch feel to it. Song is tough. This is Shoutouts in Soho. It sounded like a beat that could have been on Hitler 5. Those spooky keys.
Been whipping for 3 days straight. Fiends lined up for 4 houses down, no shake. What the fuck is that? Celine on your face, no case. Drug deals, easy mobiles, is looking like space.
Yeah, man, he's Chris technically right now, like playing with the lean sound within the bar. He's doing stuff that I haven't really heard him do as far as technical rapping. I mean, we only 2 songs in, but still.
Paul Cordier, see through Jamaican tank top. Hopped out the two-tone Lord, make the bank stop. Nickel beam lovers. Flip hit a stem and he loved it. Flip hit a stem like he
Nigga made his song for his cussy. Is that his cussy or is he just a random crackhead in Buffalo? But regardless, that's funny.
Drugs just to get a little buzz. Growing up, I had to struggle to know what comfortable was. I might fuck a few girls just to get a little love. In my day, you learn the hard way what gullible was. I
like when A$AP Rocky getting those pitch down vocals when he first came out back in 2011-ish, 2010, whenever that was. That's one of the things that stood out to me, along with the whole other Houston sound with a little shout out to the chopped and screwed style. He ain't say half of nothing right there, but the flow was smooth.
Me, I feel free as my willy pockets fat as it well. See, as a kid, they tried to scare me like them reapers was gonna kill me.
I can't hear no more Wet Willie lines, dog. I see where he was going, but I can't do it no more.
Once you know got smoke like the chimney smoking, ain't no hit. Take your chains off, you all they chain smoke. You're fiending.
I'm gonna let the chimney line slide too, but he on strike too.
New chain, left it on my dress, the box, where's locked. Hold up in some dead stock, dress socks, wearing Crocs, dressed in Fox. Bearing dots, stepping out, dripping, not change like a Mr. T.
I like how he ended the verse for sure.
Change like Mr. T, change like a Mr. T.
They all got their own chorus.
Right now I'm cooking dough.
Can't multitask.
Get your hands high. Got it for the low, but the drought price high. Off-white clouds tell me Virgil in the sky.
I love that line. That's fire. Off-white clouds, Virgil. Yeah, I like that line.
Crying denim tears look like snowflakes on the jeans. That's perfect for me, cause I bring snow through every season.
Tough.
They don't love you no more. Once the feds come, they don't love you no more.
That song was tough. I think Stove God kind of stole the show. Not so much stole the show, but I think he had the best verse out of the 3. But I think all 3 guys came with really unique, smooth deliveries and flows. But I think it was Stove God's punching that raised him over the other 2 verses. Rocky's verse had a couple of bars that I didn't like. He don't have a rep as being the best rapper, but he's shown at times he can hang with excellent artists. Just look at his feature on Black Thought's album from a couple of months ago, where he kept it with Black Thought and Run the Jewels. But I thought he ended his verse pretty strong. He's always going to have those smooth flows. I rock with the beat from Denny LaFleur too. Let's get into Peppas with Black Star. Conductor been on one this year, dog.
Graveyard football, sound guy, very shape. Batman, Earth Slam, Joker to the Tanzanite. Matt Black Dynamite, blast radios, black radio, core capability, Flocko facility.
I like all the dark imagery right here.
Fly guy, do or die, bed style, energy, simplify, BEY. These hoes hilarious, with cardiac serious, cardiac tanked up, blow the central bank up.
Dawg, Mos Def still got it. Well, I guess I'm supposed to say y'all seen back. Nah, that nigga's Mos Def. That nigga still got it. You know, Westside Gunn known for the luxury talking. He sprinkled it in, but it was dope. He had this abstract way of describing all this like black imagery to start the verse. He had a couple bars with some political undertones. I like that verse a lot.
Niggas, they hate being their jeans like it's their true religion. If it isn't love, it must be new edition.
That true religion flip is tough.
The spirit will grab you like tabernacle. The voice of the people keep
Spirit
it
will
deeper
grab you
than
like
an Adam's
tabernacle.
apple. Yeah, even more than before. I
Punch
said
it.
what I said, cause I saw what I saw. Sons living on the road, mama framing my tour poster. Stay away from these industry agents, they all vultures. Breaking up these toys cause they fake it, it's more soldiers. I don't know why they do it, but it can't be.
The Toy Small Soldiers flip. Come on, y'all remember this? Y'all might not remember this show. I'm just an old nigga. Yeah, but that horribly animated action figure. Come on, man.
Generational wealth, they standing on their ancestors' shoulders after burning down Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Hey yo, call your messenger.
Ugh. Black Star picking up where they left off.
3-man shells, rockin' 3 men. Catch you in the shower, nigga, keep playing. My shit feel like like a Silmatic again. My favorite fiend with the rehab 2 weeks.
I love Westside Gunn. He's my favorite Griselda. Nobody confusing him with Nye.
He can hit me just to say he got the biggest lock in Orleans. I had a 38 or 14. Eric got a Pancho Blanco. So much coke he had to get the baking soda from Costco's. My shooter sniffing.
That's dope. He had to muscle it out too. They don't give you no bags over there.
When you see the red wagon, you know what's happening. That's it in the Dunhill, niggas know it's bragging. Red shows on the loops, I'm a soul assassin. Hopped out at Corbone or the chemist.
This is Soul Assassin Light and Slim. Was that a DJ Muggs shout out? Cause Muggs group is Soul Assassins, but Muggs and Westside Gunn would be insane.
Hopped out at Corbone, all the bitches grabbing. Bitches love the FlyGod, all these niggas capping.
Our song was sick. And Dudley trying to throw his name in the Producer of the Year hat. His beat tape that he dropped earlier this year was dope. And he was easily the MVP of Wrong Street's album that just dropped. But sick song, the vocal sample, perfection. 3 really sick verses. I think Most Def and Talib's, their just pure rap skill is just at such an elite level. They're both 2 of the top 50 rappers of all time. Most Def's imagery and rhyme schemes were fire. Talib's punching was fire. But I think Westside Gunn held his own too. He doesn't have the same technical rapping as a Most Def does, but those witty, humorous punches that he had in his verse, the braggadocio is near perfection. Fire song overall. This is Nigo Louis.
Niggas fucking bombs.
Gunn been playing with some experimental sounds. There's a ton going on with this beat so far.
You ever got kicked out of school for being too far? I didn't think so.
No, she talking right now. Come on now.
What the principal was driving. Hilarious. Griselda is the greatest. Michelle is the greatest.
Let's go. Hey, out of all Westside Gunn's kids, Pootie the best by a long shot. That son, ugh.
Ramen through, banana peel, yellow ass, banana clip hanging out the Nigo Louis jacket. My little nigga 16, he be crashing, hitting shit in broad daylight. What happened? Went from Clarkston to Laverne.
Man, there's so many instruments coming in.
Piece of all my Laverne niggas, they be whacking.
Yeah, I think that song was all about the beat, really experimental beat. It was a ton going on. You had the bass that was so strong, it almost felt like the harmony, but you had chimes looping in. You had guitars, 2 different sets of keys looping in. It was a lot going on with that beat. It had to be several different sound sources. I guess it could have been one sample, but I think it was multiple sound sources. I think it worked. Westside Gunn should have actually tried on that song. His verse was just a verse. Westside Pootie's part was hilarious though. This is BDP with Wrong Streets and Stove Gods. I like that lineup. Conductor's not here to play, dog. Yo, is this sample saying nigga? This is my type of sample. Yo, this might be the greatest sample flip of all time.
I'm God's favorite when I spit the bar raising. Before I got my start was selling hard drugs to Caucasians. 4 cases, now we high, double R's racing. I came up, they all thought it was voodoo from the Haitian.
Yeah, they know you be hanging with Mock. He probably don't hang with Mock. I think the only nigga who hang with Mock is Westside Gunn.
All washed up with fiend out faces. They ain't shit, just for me to prosper, had to take risks. My off-white dunks got the crisscross laces. I push a spaceship.
What is crisscross lace? Ain't all laces crisscross? Sneakerhead gonna have to break that one down for me.
New York Matrix for good kids, catch bids and turn incarcerated scar faces. Rather serve you coke.
That's dope. I love that line, especially because Westside Gunn and Raekwon are later on this album. They have a song called Incarcerated Scarfaces. Fire song too, but I like that reference.
Small wages, kick your door, pray your Lord save us. We all favor Casablanca, scar wiping prints off the stainless. I knock whoever off underground artists and A-list.
That was a good verse from Wrong Street. I'm assuming it's going to be better lyrically than Stove God and Westside Gunn's verses. But that said, almost every single verse on his project had a little more lyricism in it. He played with mostly 2-syllable rhyme schemes on this verse, which you honestly don't hear a lot of from Wrong Streets. He plays with either 3-syllable, 4 or 5. He had some internals here and there too. So it was a good verse, but it was just middle of the road on purely Wrong Street standards.
Purple till I was drowsy. Then it was a drought, no yellow or green for me. But 40 got a big nose like BDP. Murder bravado. The Plug said no album.
I never put two and two together. So is this a Boogie Down Production sample too? If so, this sample is even more fire than I initially thought. But shout out to KRS-One. That line's hilarious.
The most gorgeous, the most gifted, prolific, 4/5 kick like blue shit. Sky hard throwing toothpicks, ruthless. Fiend hit the pipe, all you heard was.
This song is amazing, bro. I was just about to say that flow when he was playing with that ruthless rhyme scheme was fire. Then they just hit me with the works.
Gucci cape on my nigga, he gon' super shoot. They played the wiretap back for me, I sounded like Magoo. So
that Magoo line is hilarious.
work back on his knees, had it wrapped around the legs like LeBron icing his knees. What nigga nicer than me? They drowning, fighting to breathe. I seen rock smoke in the air, seen feds run up the stairs. I seen a million on flip neck, Versace on clear.
Song is tough. I'm being picky with Wrong Streets because I'm just comparing him to him. But his rhyme schemes, I mean, these are up there with some of the best rhyme schemes on this album so far. So in a vacuum, dope verse from Wrong Streets. I thought Westside Gunn was fire, especially the last 6 or 7 bars, and then Stove Guy brought the punchlines in his verse. I rock with it. This is science class.
We used to be good friends a long time ago.
This don't have nothing to do with anything, but a nigga had called FlyGod is an awesome guy too, only built for Stove Guy Cooks. If you ain't heard that mixtape, Stove Guy Cooks on like every single song.
Niggas know I'm the plug, now plug me in the socket. On gates between Marcy and Nostrand, rolling up some chocolate. Couple friendships compromised for long involvements. My lawyer is the nicest, I ignore the warrant. Time and time again, I'm so used to reflecting. I'm out the womb, he was like my brother from a C-section. The streets would talk, but it was you that I would keep protecting. Despite how I tried, it was you that was a deep infection.
We used to be good friends a long time ago.
Cool verse by Busta Rhymes. It wasn't nothing crazy as far as like technical rapping, but I thought it was pretty good storytelling. I like how the storytelling played into the sample.
Dress my bat, Nigo Louis shit, drinking Carlo. Rossi, you Rossi's is adamant, grabbing wallows. Took the whole team shopping and smoking.
These niggas been rocking Wallabies for 30 years.
Out in Flatbush with 12 chickens and 2 good nosemen. Sniffing like elephants, cannons on, looking frozen. Nikes with pipers, the reggae world bought explosions.
It's a fire rhyme scheme right there.
A long time ago.
From 2.5s to the P9s, driving a Sterling. Or Max with your biggest niggas from behind. The plugs is dusted, the shooters got curly beards. Taking flicks with
I like this imagery right here.
Snow bunnies together without an energizer way before the tunnel. Mars in the Palladium. Before you put the gun on his neck, I pushed the blade in him. Smoother than Kenny Lattimore in all categories. And then you stole 100 grams, nigga. Then became a rattlesnake in the sand slither. On the block, it was me who had the fans, nigga. Bury you fast in the dirt. You make a plant, nigga.
Yeah, it was the case that they gave me. Every 28 turned to 80. Weigh me. Pray the cocaine God save me. My chinchilla got rabies. They won't raid me. Backing up, you moving.
My chinchilla got rabies is fire.
Be crazy. Bulletproof Mercedes. Fire out the Benji. Never no safety. Santa Monica. Eating grilled shrimp with Jay-Z. Looking richer lately. Broke niggas hate me. Coke guys raised me. Grand piano in the pickup floors. I heard you was a bitch up north. Run the bands up, heat the pans up. Work in the taxi like Tony Danza.
I guess it was a cool song, but outside of FlyGod Jr, which I should have never heard, song should have never seen the light of day, this was the lightest song on the album. The tricky part is they had a lot of elements that I like. I like that We Used to Be Friends a long time ago and how they were incorporating that into the verse, especially for Busta and Ghostface verses where their storytelling actually played into that line. But ignoring the beat, that was pure trash. That was the lightest beat. Definitely not a good enough beat to hold my attention for 5 minutes. Raekwon had the strongest verse here. Ghostface verse was more delivery than actual bars. He did play into the theme of the song though. I like Westside Gunn and Cooks going back and forth. They have a lot of similarities in their style. I think Stove is a better technical rapper, but they both play into some really good charismatic deliveries. And they both can play with melody a bit. And they could have shaded it down to 2.5 minutes, maybe. But I ain't coming back to this one that much. This is God Is Love. Nat got 1,000 nicknames.
Domingo, helping the guts get to the bingo. As niggas watching us shine like kings, bro. golden ring glove. A lot of blinging on tingle. All my niggas are dogs like dingo.
This man has such an out-of-the-box flow, but the technical rapping be there from Nat. It's just a matter of sometimes the nigga be getting like lost in the sauce. He be saying stuff that don't make sense. Or like he'll say a bar that sounds good that's actually like all my niggas is dogs like dingo. Boy, he got a little 4-syllable rhyme scheme going on right now.
Hand bust a bell, ringer, baking the paper, the stack of chips that tore like Pringles, son.
See what I mean? Sound good though. I like these niggas live.
We done made this work, although it's niggas that got exposed and we go. Can't believe it, the dirt really total.
Diamonds dance, 996 grams. We lost a few in the unwrapping, more in the pan. Fuck it, the last 12, they drop back like Randall Cunningham. I had to hop step on it like John Moran. In the kitchen and my sanity. The flip phone do 100 grand a week. Angela Bassett, I had it flaming in the street. Fork in the pot, you hear the pan tick.
I like that line.
Now I move it all hands free. My bitch doing it.
Love, FlyGod is forever. Big Griselda, bigger villains. One beginning, one ending.
Nah, these niggas is trolling. The Keisha Plum stuff is just a troll. They trolling me. Niggas really wrote that on the paper. How the poem basic and it don't make sense at the same time? That's mind blowing to me. And we ain't even get to the fact that not a single thing rhymed in it.
And never mind what they talking about. Real niggas pull the money out when the drama out. Real nigga put
I'm not in the mood to put up Eastside Flip right now.
Millionaire put the lime out your mama mouth.
Hold on. I'm not listening to 2 minutes of Eastside Flip. I wrote that song up in about 2 minutes, 30 seconds in. I thought the beat was fire. That God is Love sample is dope with the Sims. Pretty sure both of those elements are part of the same sample. Nat had a couple of lines that I didn't like, but overall, man, his flow is just so unique. And then, like, his rhyme schemes were dope. That said, I think Cooks had the better verse of the two. His rhyme schemes were as strong as they've been on any song. And I just been impressed with his punching ability on this album. Keisha Plum did some Keisha Plum stuff. Eastside Flip, sorry, I wasn't in the mood for today. Eastside Flip is like, I shouldn't say this, but I'm already canceled for the title of this video. Eastside Flip rapping is like the Special Olympics where like, it ain't entertaining, but the fact they're able to do what they do despite the challenges that they face. Rapping like this as a crackhead is pretty impressive. This is Switches on Everything.
Before it was in the breeze, Dad smoked and tinkled the keys and dashed the floor, the keys to ski through snow as he pleased. Me and my two sisters.
I like the ski snow flip right here.
NYC, where the suffocating of dreams lurk behind the steel beams. On the Bowery fees, cowering tourists love not to see. On the train we felt free, sneak below controlled streets. By the day he hang with dealers, but he fuck with that RT. Jay, I told him I do drugs and bump Griselda with my fleet. Spray these by me to make a confession. I have not learned out my lesson. I'm still rolling and blowing and smoking on dope while I'm gripping my weapon. I used to have dope in the ceiling. Sometimes I be missing the feeling. I go back and forth between books and the crooks. Oh, I felt like a chameleon. I keep it pimping on principle. My ego stay on invincible. If your bitch a bitch and treat you like a bitch, both of y'all bitches identical.
Pick money triple. I seen the Fed pickups. I seen him snatch his soul and lift his mask and take a picture. They do it all in front of the net like they tryna block goals. Wanted the whole hood to be rich. We really have block goals. We really pray for a brick. We really have block goals. 20 later, we on $1 million. I think I'm Wallow.
I'm gonna go with nah on that song. I like RTJ's verses. It ain't the best two Killer Mike or LP verses I've ever heard, but LP's verse in particular was really grimy. He had all that, it was that gritty street imagery that I was talking about, but it was like East Side Flip side of it. It was like I'm a bum type street imagery, but I like he get in that bag sometimes. Killer Mike had some dope flows. I think Stove got Cooks. It was his lightest verse of the song. It was that beat. I didn't like it. I respect Westside Gunn trying to change it up a little bit and straying away from the formula a little bit. This sound like a beat that Run the Jewels or LP in particular would rap on, but it didn't hit like a typical LP beat. It was like an LP type beat, a Run the Jewels type beat. The sample would have been cool if there was something else with the beat, but that's way too basic to carry the beat for 3.5 minutes. This is Mac Don't Stop.
Ain't a boom, all you heard was click clack, you heard. Vision all bass bricks, mismatch, you heard. Jumping frog man, ready made, you heard. Hopped out, two-tone Virgil on the curb. Only pull over, cotton king, you heard. If you want his brains out his head, just say the word.
I don't like that song. I don't think it was the best song on the album, but I thought that beat really carried it. Probably could have did without the video game sound effects as much, but those horns were buttery smooth. Cool verse on Westside Gunn. It didn't have the most technical rapping he's had on this album, but the braggadocio was pretty cool. He had a couple of cool lines, no real standout lines, but he got into his regular slick talk. Let's close this thing out with Red Death with like every nigga in Griselda.
This where I get to rap about sticks and how we rap bricks through petroleum. Clean strips like custodians. My rap sheet got coke on it. My stash house got broken in. West Tommy, I was woke again. I'ma tell that story all over again. Get rich first, then get your homies rich. It works. They say I never switch it up, but I'm like 3 flows in on this verse.
Benny let these niggas bully him and they use a different flows. Man, niggas been saying Benny use the same flow. They got this nigga shook now.
I got this white bitch with me, but we ain't meet on Tinder. I put my feet on niggas. When y'all speak of niggas, I think of my sons. I need a car seat for niggas. I played the game like Larry Bird.
What are you doing?
Preschool, you run down on niggas and you make them cop. Then make sure you sleep with that machine gun like Megan Fox.
The machine gun line fire, I ain't gonna lie. That verse was not it, and this is y'all fault. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all niggas who be online talking about Benny got the same flow. Don't worry about all that. He be having the lyricism. Now y'all got him rapping BS because he trying to do these different flows on the Alchemy. We don't, just rap.
A team that was 1-1.
They are 1-1.
That shifted everything.
They did shift everything.
The culture was never.
Yo, why is this song 10 minutes?
Used to get vicious on the TV screen. Wheat Tims match the 10s, black match the greens. McLaren P1 with the M16.
Love the delivery right here.
Brick, that's what God like. VVS is dancing in the ring like Shawn Michaels. That's a light show. I seen the Eiffel, I seen a pipe full. The trap phone just kept ringing like Mike with the Bulls.
That's on the borderline of a good line and trash. Getting a ring and ringing is a reach.
Nigga, but you can't. Janet Jackson face on a brick stand. Left the scale wet, the shit still was damn. I went Dan Marley out in Phoenix, had to lay up. Get low for 9 months after they sprayed it up. They asking who the Benz now. Before it was the mega bus with bundles. Or the droopy-eyed junkies come through with they money crumble. Make them get it straight. The Fiend arm got more tracks than Hitler 8. He tried to find a vein.
Nigga, that's fire. That's fire.
Tied his bicep with the sneaker lace. They shot him in his foot like Harlem Nights. Now he in outer space.
That's tough. Y'all remember the Harlem Nights scene when he shot the girl in the foot?
You up like Richard Pryor with a pipe full of bass. Life dealt him bad cards, he got popped in his poker face. Chop your head, Stone Cold was how I left a rattlesnake.
Stone Cold dead is how he left the snake.
The
Texas rattlesnake.
Ghost guns, we keep hand weapons. He tried to run, we blew at the back of his head like a Rams helmet. All I needed was a spur, I told the plug to melon. On the dark web, I know the method like residue.
Nigga, what is Rome Streets on, bro? He's had about 6 crazy punches. He only had like 12 lines so far.
You niggas minuscule, all of my shit is dope. Put it on the spoon. We fucking do.
Yo, what was Rome Streets on? That verse was insane. The rhyme schemes were some of the best on this whole album so far, and these were the best. He might have had the 5 best punches on this album on the same song.
Your trash, piss poor, big bills, tall stacks, your cats, little boys. Y'all wanna come fuck with the queen? Bitch. On shots, I hope they 90 proof, cause this shit'll get real shitty poo. Gay bitches room, gay bitches doom. Let me start so I made bitches fool. Young girl from the bus did the impossible. Everybody from the block was looking to pop, but that was the monster who took the shit to the top, boy, like I'm Shane and Sully. The game is funny.
Armani was spitting. That opening flow was fire. I think she lost a little bit of steam on the second half of the verse because she didn't have any crazy lines, but the flow was pretty sick. I think her verse was definitely better than Benny's. Might have been better than Westside Gunn's too.
Hopping out the 50, it's the 88. Gold D's, red paint, I ain't got no place. Real P's, no Y's, will no base. All gas, no brakes, make your bitch catch days.
Y'all know I hate one syllable rhyme schemes.
Show you how to do this like the greatest of all time. 4-bet, where's the beast?
Nah, this ain't it.
For 4-line 2L, Roy Nella, nigga, yeah, I'm for both sides.
Mott was made in Bangladesh, sprayed the steps, oops, I made a mess.
Chill, nigga. Came out the gate crazy.
They concerned cause they request. They depressed, they waving white flags. I'm still gonna wave this text.
Yo, he is spazzing with his little 3-syllable wave the tag scheme that he got going on.
No threats, lightly, you likely get in a halo next. We rivals like when the Yankees go play the Mets. Go place your bets, I cook a half. My man cooked a half, and Jay gon' taste the test. I'm battling my chef to see who shit better like Ray and Meth.
The battle and shit, Ray and Meth. That was the second reference to Ray Coy and Ghost.
Buy those men with sticks and extendo clips. Or the handhelds like Nintendo Switch. I've been your bitch.
I like that line.
I send your lift.
Alright, that's a tough posse cut. I'm okay with that song being 10 minutes because I think there was definitely some gems in there. Rome Street's verse was outstanding. That might have been the best verse on the entire album. And then Conway's fast too. If it wasn't for Rome Street's, Conway, he was on another planet with his rapping. After Conway, I gotta go Stove God with the third best verse. Armani, Stove God and Armani, they were neck and neck. And that surprised me because I don't like Armani Caesar at all, but I thought she really, really brought it, especially the first half of her verse. So either Stove God or Armani at 3, and then I got Westside Gunn with the 5th best verse. Benny and Jay Worthy had the 2 low spots for me. I didn't expect too much from Jay Worthy. I think he brings some good verses occasionally. I don't think he's that great of a rapper. I thought he had the worst verse on here. And Benny, he got a little too cute with all the flows and stuff. He was flashing the flows, who wasn't really saying nothing. I thought he had the 6th best verse or the 2nd worst verse. However you want to phrase it. Is the glass 5/7 of the way full or is it 2/7 empty? But yeah, tough song. And I like that beat from Al too. It sounds like a really similar sample to one of those Big Ghost beats that I can't place it right now. But overall, I think this project is dope. Now, I think they left a little meat on the bones because I think there's a couple of missteps on this album and some of the features, even though they're fire on paper, didn't quite live up to the hype. But I think the highlights on this project is really, really high. Outside of FlyGod Jr., this first half of the album was amazing. Super Kick Party, the rap from Westside Gunn, was amazing. I love this rapping in general on most of the album. I thought most of the features came with it. On paper, the best technical rappers, they really, really brought it. But some of the guys who I wanted a little bit more from, Ghostface, Busta, Knack, I thought they could have brought it a little bit harder. Even Run the Jewels, even though they had really dope verses, I consider them as 2 of the best active rappers right now. But like when the features were on, they were on. I think Raekwon had a sick verse. I already touched on Black Star. And Stove God had a lot of really dope verses too. And then that last posse cut, Rome Streets and Conway went off. Compared to all the Hitlers, I think this is towards the top. I don't think it's the best Hitler. I think 8 Side B was really special. Then I think you got 5 and 6. And I know 6 is some people's favorite Hitler, but I would put this at around the 6th level. And then I definitely got this above 7, 4, and the rest of the Hitlers. Look, this project comes out in the beginning of the year. I think it easily cracked the top 20, but this has been a phenomenal year for rap. It's going to be tough making this end of the year list. But as it stands, really strong project. Westside Gunn's best project of the year. I just read it, the Hitler 5. Check that out. Or just go ahead and binge the whole Griselda playlist.